little bit since my last video update. I've done some work, but just little small bits, and I haven't really felt like setting up the camera. Just walk you through some of the things that I have done. This is the 2.5 liter Ford Duratec going into the zero. $400 for it at a record yard. It has 30,000 miles on it. I have to have a PCV system in the car for California compliance. I'm running with a Radium Engineering PCV plate. The PCV will be plumbed back into the intake behind the throttle bodies using the original injector ports. I've designed these injector plugs to accept a 3/8 hose. They're printed with ASA filament using 100% infill. My buddy Will is already using these on his GBS Zero. The underdrive water pump pulley is from Massive Motorsports here in the US. As well as being very purple, it should help reduce cavitation from increased revs. I ran into a small snag after removing the counterbalance assembly. The oil pickup tube was missing, so I couldn't reinstall the oil pan. GBS were very quick at sending me the parts that I needed. The low-profile ATR sump is a work of art. Next up was the billet oil filter housing. The install is easy using some RTV sealant and torquing everything down to 18 pound-feet. The white marks are tamper-evident torque seals. They provide a quick visual cue that a bolt has been torqued or rattled loose. The water neck's a little bit of a pain in the butt. There's one bolt you can't get to with a torque wrench without using an adapter. I like to use box end wrenches and hex bits. Due to the change in leverage, you have to do a little math to correct the applied torque. The transmission case requires some modifications before it can be installed. The M14 studs need to be removed and replaced with cap head screws. Some mounting tabs need to be ground off. You also need to trim the lower lip of the bell housing. It should line up with the bottom of the low-profile sump. Like a complete dumbass, I've misplaced the factory-supplied EGR block-off. I made a replacement using the EGR gasket as a template. Then I painted the plate and reconditioned the gasket with a high-temp copper sealant. To give the rear lights a little bit more of a finished look, I've designed an interface gasket and printed them up in a flexible TPU. I've designed two versions. This version cants the light away from the sloped rear panel by 8 degrees.